First Enoch, the Hermeneia translation, George W. E. Nicholsburg and James C. Vanderkam. The Book of the Luminaries, chapters 72 through 82. The book about the motion of the heavenly luminaries, all as they are in their kinds, their jurisdiction, their time, their name, their origins, and their months, which Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, and who is their leader, showed me. The entire book about them, as it is, he showed me, and how every year of the world will be forever, until a new creation lasting forever is made. This is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary, called the sun, has its emergence through the heavenly gates in the east, and its setting through the western gates of the sky. I saw 6 gates through which the sun emerges, and 6 gates through which the sun sets. The moon rises and sets in those gates, and the leaders of the stars, with the ones they lead, 6 in the east and 6 in the west, all of them, one directly after the other. There are many windows on the right and left of those gates. The first one to emerge is the great luminary, whose name is the sun. Its roundness is like the roundness of the sky. It is entirely filled with fire, which gives light and heat. The wind blows the chariot where it rises, and the sun sets from the sky and goes back through the north, in order to reach the east. It is guided so that it enters that gate and gives light in the firmament. This is how it emerges in the first month through the large gate. It emerges through that 4th one, and those gates on the side where the sun rises. In that 4th gate, from which the sun emerges in the first month, there are 12 open windows from which heat comes out when they are open at their times. When the sun rises in the sky, it emerges through that 4th gate for 30 mornings, and it accurately goes down in the 4th gate on the west side of the sky. During those days, day becomes longer than day, and night becomes shorter than night for 30 days. On that day, the daytime is 2 units more than the night, 1/9, with the daytime being exactly 10 parts and the night exactly 8 parts. The sun emerges from that 4th gate and sets through the 4th gate. It returns to the 5th gate in the east for 30 mornings, and it emerges from it and sets through the 5th gate. Then the daytime becomes longer by 2 additional parts. The daytime is 11 parts, while the night decreases and is 7 parts. It returns to the east and enters the 6th gate. It emerges and sets through the 6th gate for 31 days because of its sign. During that day, the daytime grows longer than the night, with the daytime being double the night. The daytime is 12 parts, while the night grows shorter and is 6 parts. The sun rises so that the daytime becomes shorter and the night longer. The sun returns to the east and enters the 6th gate. It rises from it and sets for 30 days. When the 30 days are completed, daytime decreases 1 part exactly, The daytime is 11 parts and the night 7. The sun emerges from the west from that 6th gate, goes to the east, and rises in the 5th gate for 30 mornings. It again sets in the west, in the 5th western gate. On that day the daytime is 2 parts fewer, with the daytime being 10 parts and the night 8 parts. The sun emerges from that 5th gate and sets through the 5th gate in the west. It rises through the 4th gate because of its sign, in the 4th gate in the east, 31 mornings, and sets in the west. On that day the daytime is equal to the night. It is the same. The night is 9 parts, and the daytime 9 parts as well. The sun emerges from that gate and sets in the west. It returns to the east and emerges through the 3rd gate for 30 mornings, and sets in the west through the 3rd gate. On that day the night is longer than the daytime. Night becomes longer than night. Day becomes shorter than day for 30 days. The night is 10 parts exactly, and the daytime 8 parts. The sun emerges from that 3rd gate and sets through the 3rd gate in the west. It returns to the east and emerges through the 2nd gate in the east for 30 mornings. In the same way it sets through the 2nd gate on the west side of the sky. On that day the night is 11 parts and the daytime 7 parts. The sun emerges on that day from that 2nd gate and sets in the west through the 2nd gate. It returns to the east in the 1st gate for 31 mornings, and sets through the 1st gate in the west. On that day the night is longer and is double the daytime. The night is 12 parts exactly, and the daytime 6 parts. The sun has completed the chief points of its route. It again goes about on those chief points of its route and enters each gate for 30 mornings, and it sets in the west opposite it. On that day the night decreases in length by a 9th part, that is, 1 part, and is a night of 11 parts and a daytime of 7 parts. The sun returned and entered the 2nd gate on the east. It returns upon those chief points of its route. For 30 days it rises and sets. On that day the night decreases in length relative to the daytime, with the night being 10 parts and the daytime 8 parts. On that day the sun emerges from that gate and sets in the west. It returns to the east and rises through the 3rd gate for 31 mornings and sets on the west side of the sky. On that day the night decreases and is 9 parts, with a daytime of 9 parts. Daytime is equal to the night, and the year is exactly 364 days. The length of the daytime and the night, and the shortness of the daytime and the night vary during the course of the sun. For this reason its course grows longer day by day, and night by night it grows shorter. This is the law and course of the sun. Its return when it returns 60 times and emerges. It is the great luminary which is called the sun forever. This one that emerges is the great luminary, and it is named after its appearance as the Lord commanded. In this way it emerges, and so it enters. It neither decreases nor rests, but runs day and night. Its light is 7 times brighter than that of the moon, but the size of the two is equal. After this law, I saw a second law for the smaller luminary, whose name is the moon. Its roundness is like the roundness of the sky, and the wind blows its chariot on which it rides, with light being given to it in measure. Each month its emergence and setting change, and its days are like the days of the sun. When its light is evenly distributed over its surface, it is 1/7 the light of the sun. In this way, it rises with its beginning toward the east. It emerges on the 30th day, and on that day it is visible. It becomes for you the beginning of the month on the 30th day, with the sun in the gate where the sun emerges. Its half is distant 1/7 part from the sun, and all its disk is empty, with no light except its 7th part, 1/14 part of its light. During the day, it takes on a 7th part of half its light, that is 1/14, and its illuminated section is a half 7th part. It sets with the sun, and when the sun rises, it rises with it and receives a half part of light. During that night, at the beginning of its day, at the beginning of the moon's day, the moon sets with the sun and is dark that night, 6/7 parts and a half. It rises during the day with a 7th part exactly. It emerges and recedes from the rising of the sun, and is bright in the rest of its day, 6/7 parts. Another course and law I saw for it. By that law, it carries out its monthly course. All this Uriel, the holy angel, who is the leader of them all, showed me. Their positions I wrote down, as he showed me, and I wrote down their months, as they were, and the appearance of their light, until 15 days were completed. In 1/7 parts, it completes all its light in the east and in the west. In certain months, it changes the places of its settings, and in certain months, it goes its own way. During 2 months, it sets with the sun in those 2 middle gates, in the 3rd and in the 4th gate. It emerges for 7 days, goes around, and returns again to the gate from which the sun emerges. It completes all its light, recedes from the sun, and enters for 8 days into the 6th gate, from which the sun emerges. When the sun emerges from the 4th gate, the moon emerges for 7 days, until it emerges from the 5th. It again returns in 7 days into the 4th gate and completes all its light. It recedes and enters into the 1st gate for 8 days. It again returns in 7 days into the 4th gate, from which the sun emerges. In this way I saw their positions as the moon rises and the sun sets during those days. When 5 years are added up, the total comes to 30 extra days for the sun. All the days that result for one of those 5 years, when complete, are 364 days. The extra amount for the sun and stars comes to 6 days. For 5 years, 6 extra days come to 30 days, and the moon is 30 days less than the sun and the stars. And they bring about the year precisely, all according to their eternal positions. They come neither early nor late by 1 day, by which they would change the year. Each is exactly 364 days. In 3 years, there are 1,092 days. In 5 years, there are 1,820 days, with the result that in 8 years, there are 2,912. For the moon alone, the days in 3 years come to 1,062. In 5 years, it is 50 days fewer. In 5 years, there are 1,770 days, with the result that in 8 years, the moon has 2,832 days. For in 8 years, 80 days are lacking. All the days that it lacks after 8 years are 80 days. Then the year is correctly completed in accord with their eternal positions and the positions of the sun. They rise from the gate from which it rises, and sets for 30 days. The leaders of the heads of the thousands, who are over all the creation and over all the stars, have to do with those 4 days that are added. They are not separated from their position according to the calculation of the year. And they serve on the 4 days that are not reckoned in the calculation of the year. People err regarding them because those lights truly serve in the position of the world. One in the first gate, one in the third heavenly gate, one in the fourth gate, and one in the sixth gate. And the accuracy of the world is completed in the 364 positions of the world. For Uriel, the angel, whom the Lord of eternal glory set over all the heavenly luminaries in the sky and in the world, showed me the sign, the seasons, the year, and the days, so that they may rule the firmament, appear above the earth, and be leaders of days and nights, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the serving entities that go around in all the heavenly chariots. In the same way, Uriel showed me 12 gates open in the disk of the sun's chariot in the sky, from which the rays of the sun come out, and from which its heat comes out upon the earth, when they are opened at the times stipulated for them. The same is the case when the 12 gates are opened. In the sky, on the boundaries of the earth, from which the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the works of the sky emerge on the east and on the west. There are many windows opened on the left and right. Each window, at its time, emits heat like those gates from which the stars emerge as he ordered them, and in which they set according to their number. I saw chariots in the sky traveling in the world above those gates, in which the stars that do not set revolve. One is larger than all of them, and it is the one that encircles the whole world. At the boundaries of the earth I saw 12 gates open for all the winds, from which the winds emerge and blow on the earth. 3 of them are open in front of the sky, 3 on the west, 3 on the right of the sky, and 3 on the left. The first 3 are toward the east, 3 toward the north. The 3 after these on the left are toward the south, and 3 on the west. Through 4 of them emerge winds of blessing and peace, but from those other 8 winds of punishment emerge. When they are sent, they bring devastation to the entire earth and the water on it, all that live on it, and all that are in the water and on the land. The first wind, whose name is Eastern, emerges from those gates through the first gate, which is on the east, and inclines toward the south. From it there emerge devastation, drought, heat, and destruction. Through the second gate, the middle one, there emerge in a direct way rain, fruitfulness, prosperity, and dew. Through the third gate, which is to the north, emerge cold and drought. Following these, the winds toward the south emerge through 3 gates. First, through the first gate that inclines toward the east, a hot wind emerges. Through the middle gate next to it, there emerge a fragrant aroma, dew, rain, prosperity, and life. Through the third gate that is toward the west, there emerge dew, rain, locusts, and destruction. Following these, the winds that are toward the north, whose name is Sea, and which emerge from the 7th gate that is toward the southeast, there emerge from it dew, rain, locust, destruction. From the middle gate in a direct way there emerge life, rain, dew. Through the third gate that is toward the west, inclining to the north, there emerge mist, hail, snow, rain, dew, and locust. Following these, there are 4 winds which are toward the west. As for the first gate toward the north, from it emerges dew, hail, cold, snow, frost. From the middle gate there emerge dew, rain, prosperity, and blessing. From the last gate that is toward the south emerge drought, destruction, burning, and devastation. The 12 gates of the 4 quarters of the sky are completed. All their laws and all their punishment and their prosperity, I have shown to you everything, my son Methuselah. The first quarter is called Eastern because it is the first, and the second is called South because there the Most High will descend, and especially there the one who is blessed forever will descend. The name of the quarter on the west is Diminished, because there all the heavenly luminaries diminish and go down. The fourth quarter, whose name is North, is divided into 3 parts. One of them is the place where people live. The second is for the seas, the deeps, forests, rivers, darkness, and mist. And the other part is for the garden of righteousness. I saw 7 lofty mountains, which are higher than all the mountains on the earth. From them snow emerges, and days, seasons, and years pass by. I saw 7 rivers on the earth, larger than all the rivers. One of them comes from the west and pours its water into the great sea. 2 of them come from the north to the sea and pour their water into the Erythraean Sea on the east. The remaining 4 emerge on the north side, toward their sea, 2 into the Erythraean Sea, and 2 into the Great Sea, where they empty themselves. But some say, into the wilderness. I saw 7 large islands in the sea and on the land, 5 on the land and 2 in the Erythraean Sea. The names of the sun are as follows: the first, Eri-Ares, and the second, Tomas. The moon has 4 names. Its first name is Asanya, the second, Abla, the third, Banasse, and the 4th, Era. These are the 2 great luminaries. Their roundness is like the roundness of the sky, and the size of the 2 of them is the same. In the disk of the sun there are 7 parts of light added to it beyond what the moon has. A specific amount is placed in the moon until the 7th part of the sun passes over. They set and enter the gates of the west, and go around the north and emerge through the gates of the east on the firmament. When the moon rises, it is visible in the sky with 1/2 of a 7th part of all its light. On the 14th, it completes its light. 15 parts of light are placed in it until its light is completed in 15 days for the sign of the year. It is in 15 parts, while the moon grows by the units of 1/2 of a 7th part. When it is waning, on the first day it decreases to 14 parts of its light, and on the next day it decreases to 13 parts of light. On the 3rd it decreases to 12, on the 4th to 11 parts. On the 5th it decreases to 10 parts. On the 6th it decreases to 9 parts. On the 7th it decreases to 8 parts. On the 8th it decreases to 7. On the 9th it decreases to 6. On the 10th it decreases to 5. On the 11th it decreases to 4. On the 12th it decreases to 3. On the 13th it decreases to 2. On the 14th it decreases to 1/2 of a 7th part of all its light. And on the 15th day the entire remainder is exhausted. During certain months, the moon has 29 days and sometimes 28. Uriel showed me another law regarding when the light is placed in the moon, and from where it is placed in the moon from the sun. The entire time the moon progresses, it adds its light when facing the sun until, in 14 days, its light is complete. When it is all aflame, its light is complete in the sky. On the first day, it is called the new moon because on that day the light rises on it. It is complete precisely on the day the sun sets in the west, and it rises from the east during the night, and the moon shines during the entire night, until the sun rises opposite it and the moon is seen opposite the sun. From the place where the light comes to the moon, from there again, it decreases until all the light is exhausted. A lunar day passes, and its disk remains empty, without light. It fashions 3 months of 30 days in its times. When it effects its decrease, it fashions 3 months of 29 days each, during which it brings about its decrease in the first time period and in the first gate, in 177 days. When it goes out, it appears for 3 months, each with 30 days, and 3 months it appears, each with 29 days. At night it appears every 20 days, like a man, and at daytime, like the sky, because there is nothing else in it except its light. Now, my son, I have shown you everything, and the law of all the stars of the sky is completed. He showed me all their law for each day, each time in a jurisdiction every year, its emergence, the command every month and every week. The decrement of the moon, which is accomplished in the sixth gate, because in this sixth gate its light is completed, and from it comes the beginning of the decrement, which is accomplished in the first gate at its time until 177 days are completed. By the law of the week, 25 weeks and 2 days. It falls behind the sun, and in relation to the law of the stars, 5 days exactly in one period, and when this place which you see is completed. This is the appearance and the likeness of each luminary that Uriel, the great angel who is their leader, showed me. At that time, Uriel the angel responded to me, I have now shown you everything, Enoch, and I have revealed everything to you, so that you may see this sun and this moon, and those who lead the stars of the sky, and all those who turn them, their work, their times, and their emergences. In the days of the sinners, the rainy seasons will grow shorter. Their seed will become late on their land and in their fields. Everything on the earth will change and will not appear at their times. The rain will be withheld, and the sky will stand still. At those times the fruit of the earth will be late, and will not grow at its normal time, and the fruit of the trees will be withheld at its normal time. The moon will change its order, and will not appear at its normal time. At that time it will appear in the sky, and will arrive at the edge of the great chariot in the west, and will shine very much more brightly than its normal light. Many heads of the stars will stray from the command, and will change their ways and actions, and will not appear at the times prescribed for them. The entire law of the stars will be closed to the sinners, and the thoughts of those on the earth will err regarding them. They will turn back from all their ways, will err, and will take them to be gods. Evil will multiply against them, and punishment will come upon them to destroy all. He said to me, Enoch, look at these heavenly tablets, read what is written on them, and understand each and every item. I looked at everything on the heavenly tablets, read everything that was written, and understood everything. I read the book, all the actions of people and of all humans who will be on the earth for the generations of the world. From that time forward I blessed the great Lord, the King of glory, forever, as he had made every work of the world. I praised the Lord because of his patience. I blessed him on account of humanity. Afterwards I said, Blessed is the one who dies righteous and good. Regarding him no book of wickedness has been written, and no day of judgment will be found. Those 7 holy ones brought me and set me on the earth in front of the gate to my house. They said to me, Tell everything to your son Methuselah, and show all your children that no human is righteous before the Lord, for he created them. We will leave you with your son for 1 year until you receive another order, to teach your children and write for them, and you will testify to all your children. In the 2nd year they will take you from them. May your heart be strong, because the good will inform the good of righteousness. The righteous will rejoice with the righteous, and they will greet each other. But the sinner will die with the sinner, and the apostate will drown with the apostate. Those who do what is right will die because of the actions of people, and will be gathered up because of the deeds of the wicked. At that time they finished speaking with me, and I went to my people, blessing the Lord of the world. Now, my son Methuselah, I am telling you all these things, and am writing them down. I have revealed all of them to you, and have given you the books about all these things. My son, keep the book written by your father, so that you may give it to the generations of the world. Wisdom I have given to you and to your children, and to those who will be your children, so that they may give this wisdom which is beyond their thought to their children for the generations. Those who understand will not sleep, and will listen with their ear to learn this wisdom. It will be more pleasing to them than fine food to those who eat. Blessed are all the righteous, all the blessed, who will walk in the way of righteousness, and have no sin like the sinners in numbering all the days the sun travels in the sky through the gates, entering and emerging for 30 days with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, with the 4 additional ones that divide between the 4 parts of the year, that lead them and enter with the 4 days. People err regarding them, and do not calculate them in the numbering of the entire year, because they err regarding them, and people do not understand them precisely. For they belong in the reckoning of the year, and are indeed recorded forever. 1 in the 1st gate, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. Thus, a year of 364 days is completed. The account about it is true, and its calculation is precisely recorded, because the luminaries and the months, the festivals, the years, and the days he showed me. And Uriel, to whom the Lord of the entire creation gave orders for me regarding the host of heaven, breathed on me. He has power in heaven over night and day to make light appear over humanity, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the heavenly powers which revolve in their circuits. This is the law of the stars which set in their places, at their times, at their set times, and in their months. These are the names of those who lead them, who keep watch, so they enter at their times, who lead them in their places, in their orders, in their times, in their months, in their jurisdictions, and in their positions. There are 4 leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year enter first, and after them come the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months, and the 360 heads of thousands who separate the days, and the 4 additional ones with them are the leaders who separate the 4 parts of the years. As for these heads of thousands between leader and leader, one is added behind the position of their leaders. One is added behind the position, and their leaders make a division. These are the names of the leaders who separate the 4 fixed parts of the year: Milkiel, Memelech, Meleael, and Narel. The names of those whom they lead are Adnarael, Susael, and Elomeel. These 3 follow the leaders of the orders, and one follows the 3 leaders of the orders who follow those leaders of the positions who separate the 4 parts of the year. At the beginning of the year, Melchiel rises first and rules. The one called the southern sun. All the days that fall within the period that he rules are 91 days. These are the signs of the days that are to be seen on the earth during the days of his rule: sweat, heat, and care. All the trees bear fruit, and leaves come out on all the trees. There is a harvest of wheat, roses, and all the flowers that bloom in the field. But the winter trees are dried up. These are the names of the leaders who are beneath them: Berkael, Zelebesel, and another head of 1,000 who is added has the name Hilu Yasef. His days of rule are completed. A second leader after him is Hele Memelech, who is named the bright sun. All the days of his light are 91 days. These are the signs of the days on the earth: heat, drought, trees bearing their fruit ripe, and yielding all their fruit ripe and ready. The sheep mate and become pregnant. People gather all the fruit of the earth, and everything in the fields, and the winepress. It happens during the days of his rule. These are the names, the orders, and the leaders of those heads of thousands: Gidael, Keel, and Heel. The name of one who is added to them as a head of thousands is Asphael, and the days of his rule are completed.